All right, this morning, Team USA is preparing for the quarterfinals of the Women's World Cup. Tonight, the Americans take on China, the first time the two countries will face each other in the competition since the 1999 final. That is the year that Brandi Chastain led the U.S. squad to victory with an iconic penalty kick. Brandi and the big win graced the cover of magazines all around the world. Brandi Chastain, look at that, and she joins us now here at the table. Brandi, so great to have you.
A little nervous when I see that.
Still?
Yeah, because really? It's exciting, right? I don't know. Just being in that moment is so wonderful. But
some say that's the biggest moment in the history of women's sports. Some say it changed soccer. I mean, this was a big thing.
It was a great World Cup. And not just that kick. It was, I think, leading up to it, the process of getting there, Women's World Cup being serious about putting this from coast to coast in large stadiums. For the first time, the Women's World Cup lived in an arena that was really only dominated by men.
But I think it's interesting. You look at that tape sometimes and you say, I wonder if it's going to go in.
Yeah,
and
I do get nervous.
Know how it ends, yeah.
I know how it ends, but, I do. It's just, I don't know, something wonderful about sports in that way. Just, there always has to be a little mystery.
Yeah.
That was 1999. It's 2015. We're watching the women's soccer team do so well, and tonight a rematch against China. What does it mean for women's sports? What does it mean for soccer?
Well, this tournament is obviously, we know, it's a world's game. So we had 8 teams for the first time go to the Women's World Cup. Thailand, Switzerland, Spain, Holland, Cameroon. So it's really changing the way I think the world perceives women in sports. For young girls, it's a chance perhaps for the first time to dream about something outside of maybe something local or community. And, I think it just uplifts everybody to think that sport is a vehicle for change. It's a wonderful opportunity to see people's strength and fortitude and resiliency. So there's a lot more going on than just soccer on the field in the Women's World Cup.
So you know a little something about beating China. What do you think they need to do? And are you nervous for them for tonight?
I'm excited for them. I'm not nervous for them. I think everybody's been talking about they haven't done this, they're not doing this well.
Everybody has an opinion, Brandi.
Everybody has an opinion. It's good. It's good because I think opinions bring about thoughtful perspective. And what this team needs is to be themselves. They should be confident in who they are. They wouldn't be in this position if they weren't good. And that really is the mentality the coach should be bringing to the locker room and reminding these players, you have what it takes to win. Now go out there and do it.
There's some controversy here. One is AstroTurf.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I don't like the fact that the World Cup is being played on the turf because they would never do that for men's soccer. So that obviously is a slap in the face to the women's game. FIFA know that. But, they had the power to make a difference and they didn't. So, but, the World Cup is being played on it. Everybody's playing on the same field, so our team isn't being any more affected than anybody else. So in that way, the playing field is even.
What about the controversy surrounding Hope Solo?
I think that's been put to bed. That's not an issue right now. What they're worried about is China. And if they don't focus on that, and the tournament will end abruptly.
I know you spoke with our Ben Tracy recently about which team would win, the women's soccer team of 1999 or the 2015 women's soccer team. Which team is better?
That would be a hell of a game. They both of our teams have great strengths, and I think we have a lot of similarities as well, and a lot of dynamic personalities, and I'd love to see that game.
And what do you think about the perception of women's soccer? You heard what the guy at Sports Illustrated said. Do you get frustrated in thinking, listen, this is a really important game, more and more people should be watching and talking about it?
I think a lot of people are watching and talking about it. I think he's in the minority. But what's to me sad is that the Women's World Cup is again more about just the football that's being played on the field, and the value of that should not be lessened.
Give me a one-word reaction to that photograph on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
One word, Charlie. That's tough.
Extraordinary.
Yeah.
It's everything.
It's just to me, it's got to be just the greatest.
Empowerment.
Empowerment. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, when you get excited, you still rip off your towel.
Well, yeah, it's not quite the same, but I try. That moment I think has led to a lot of life change and a lot of impact. For me, it's starting a nonprofit for girls. It's hopefully heading out of youth soccer with Safer Soccer.
So great.
That's a good note to
So great to have you here.
Empowerment. That's a great word.
Thank you so much.
Brandi Chastain, really good to see you.
Go USA.
Go USA.